Hi, I am Kedger on Two Wheels, and today is the day for the PCX 125. Yes, it is a 125 scooter. So, a 125? Well, let me explain. This is the most sold bike in Portugal. Even if you add all other bikes of all other displacements together, they still do not sell as much as this one. And this is the updated version for 2004. Let's just put it on the center stand. And let me explain a few things. First, I'm not much into scooters. Second, the only two scooters I've ever driven was my old PCX and the Integra, which I test drove today. And third, I haven't been on a 125 in something like 2 years. So this is going to be very interesting. About this bike. This has been quite a major update. So let's start front to back. So the front wheel is a 90 width wheel, so they're really thin for fuel economy purposes. And you've got your front disc brake and your regular suspension. Moving back, you have a new thing, which is where are the lights? The lights are on, but there's nobody home. Look. Oh, there they are. Honda has placed LED lights as the front headlamps on these things, and they seem to be quite powerful. Wow. The indicators are also LEDs. Let's see how they work. Wow, that's bright. That's really bright. Indicators are LEDs. And now, for the first time ever on the PCX, we also have hazard lights. And the rear indicators are also very powerful. Stop light is LED. Presence light is LED. LEDs everywhere. Awesome. The looks have also gained a little bit, but I'll keep on showing you the rest of the bike. So, instrument panel. It's new, it's got a little aluminum thingy, it's fresh, and it has also been improved with the inclusion of a clock, which is not very usual for this price range. Next up, fuel. This has always been a problem with the PCXs, no more, because the old PCXs, you would open the fuel gauge, then have to remove your glove to use your nails to try and take it up. Now it's spring-loaded, so it comes out. Also, they've increased the fuel capacity to 8 liters, which is nearly double, so now it can have a range of almost 400 kilometers or more. More changes. What else is new? The engine is the same 125 engine with 11 horsepower, or 11 and a half. Rear wheel is a 110, I think. No, it's a 100 width wheel with 14-inch rims. So it's not quite as tiny wheels as your usual scooter, which is 12 or 13. It's a bit bigger, but it's still pretty tiny wheels. Other than that, what else is here? Oh, the seat. The seat, which is what makes a scooter practical, as you can see, can fit the whole baby in here. You put baby's legs here, you put his head here, so he's really comfortable between these things, and then you close the seat on him so you can carry your baby in here, huh? Isn't that a brilliant idea? If carrying babies under your seat is not quite your thing, you can also put a full face helmet here and a jet helmet here. From the other PCX, another improvement is this little tray is different, and I think this part exits to make it easier to clamp on the top case. Front window is also different, but this is just aesthetics, because this doesn't do anything, it's too short. And what else is new? Oh, the seat's got a new texture. And it's got some lovely little stitches. And now that the sun is out, I can show you the party piece. Just look at this matte black finish. Ain't it awesome? It looks fantastic. We saw one of these yesterday on the shopping mall. My son instantly said, "This is a bat bike." And it does look great, doesn't it? Even though it's a 125, does look great. Wow! So let's start her up. Never sure if I'm going to flip my leg over or like this. I'm just going to put it like this. And oof! Oh, this is light. This is stupidly light. So let's start her up. Doesn't start. Oh, I have to press the brake. Did you hear? How did it start? It's very silent, and the starter is nearly instant. And why is the starter nearly instant? Because this thing has... Whoa! This is really weird. Because this thing has start and stop. Meaning, if I stop the bike for a few seconds, it's going to turn off the engine. And then when I roll the throttle, it's going to restart the engine. Man, this is light. This is this is different. Seriously different. Well, it goes fast enough, I guess. It is a 125. And it is really easy to ride. I remember now why I used this one as my first bike. This is awesome. Now, why is this bike so popular in Portugal? Well, here, if you have a car driving license, you can ride any 125cc bike as long as it's got less than 15 horsepower. So, there's quite a demand for these things for people who want to avoid traffic. And this one is one of the cheapest, and for the price, probably the best. This one is around 2,500 euros, or 2.6, nearly 2.7. And for that money, you've got a lot for going for it. First, it's cute. Second, it's very practical. It's a scooter, remember? It's very easy to ride because there's no gears for you to mess up. And it's very economical. It only does 2.1 liters to 100 kilometers. And I can attest to that because that was around what I did with mine. And these new ones are even slightly better. And this is really easy to ride. So that green thing on the dash tells me that if I stop her, she's going to turn off because the engine's warmed up already. I'm not going to go do some weird stuff with it, not any twisties, because this is an urban bike, and I brought her here because here the ground is not, the road is not as good, and I want to test one thing in particular, which is, remember, this is a cheap-ass bike. This is a budget bike, so corners have been cut. One of the problems with this one is the rear suspension is very stiff. And it's quite painful in some pavements. So I'm going to test that. And I can say it seems to be much of the same as before. Any kind of bump and off you go out of the seat. You roll on throttle and nothing much happens, but this is a 125. On the other hand, this is one of the fastest 125s there is. Top speed is limited to 108 kph, or at least on my model was. I think this one hasn't changed that. And so since they limit it to that, they can rearrange the gear ratio so it's really fast accelerating, which is the whole point. This is supposed to be an urban bike, and so it has to be light and nimble. Look, whee! There's no one behind me. I'm going to try to go onto that pavement over there. Let me see, how am I going to go up there? Oh, I know. I'm going to do a bit of rally crossing with it. I was a bit leery on the brakes because I'm not used to these brakes. I have no idea how they work. Oh, a rear brake, unfortunately, is still a drum. As I said, corners have to be cut for it to be cheap. Otherwise, you'd be buying a 3,000 euro machine, which would not be the whole point of this one. Ooh, I can't lock up the rear. The hell? Yeah, rear brake's really weak. No! Oh, this is much better than it used to be. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's better, but it's still not perfect. It's much better, but still not quite as it should be. Then again, once again, budget bike, guys. It's supposed to be cheap. Really nice. Now let's check out some other things. So I have enlisted Kajerina to tell me what she thinks of this bike, since this is the bikes she can ride. No, you only lift the side stand, hit the rear brake, and press the button. No, the button. Oh, sorry, you have to twist it all to the right. It's all to the right. Press the button now. Wait, go. Now, while braking, press. There you go. Hang on, I want to see the lights. Oh, she hasn't ridden a motorcycle in a couple of years. So, for someone who hasn't actually ridden the bike for a few years, you can see how easy that is. She just took... Hey! You were supposed... She was supposed to come back. Not go... Ah, crap. She was supposed to come back. And here she is, in one piece. Yay! See? Looks nice, doesn't it? Looks really nice. Anyone can ride this, as you can see. It's easy, it's really easy. So, what? Great. See how that is? See how that works? That's why that bike is sold so much. And now I got a problem. She's going to return and she's going to want me to buy one for her. This was not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. I'm now going to do a mini interview in Portuguese and I'll try to put some subtitles on. Okay? Então, como é que foi?
Tá, ela é muito bonita.
E que tal é de conduzir?
É boa, claro, só que eu já não conduzo há muito tempo, né?
Pois.
Agora é com a prática. É muito bonita.
So yeah, this is the PCX. Not really sure why Americans don't like scooters, because these are great for in-city commuting. Well, you do have the issue with not being allowed to filter, because if you could filter, these things in New York would sell like hotcakes. They're so thin and so light, you can just squeeze yourself into everything. Oh, it's got another Achilles heel, which is performance in the wet is not that good. At least not with the stock tires. The wheels are too tiny, the tires are very thin, and the stock rubber isn't much. It's not bad, but it isn't much. For example, the CBF 125 is actually worse in the wet. That one's really bad. But this one is just meh. In the wet is a bit could be better, but it's not. I'm going to try and see how it fares in the wind on the highway. Look. You overtake people left, right, and center. Just where are you going? I don't care. I'm in. Let's see how fast this goes. Full throttle. You'd never full throttle, but you'd never guess from the speed at which I'm accelerating. 90, 90, 98, 99? 99 and a half. Still waiting for the magical 60 miles per hour. Well, come on. Nope. Nope. That's not the purpose of this bike. It's not to go there. Oh, the windscreen, which used to be really bad and used to shoot you backwards, is much improved. Much improved. So that's the PCX. Seems to keep ticking all the boxes. It's economical, it's fun, it looks sharp, well built, and cheap. That's all it needs. It's a cheap, economical bike that is supposed to look good. Job done. That's why this is sold so much. Oddly enough, when I see videos from abroad, I'd never see PCXs anywhere. It's pretty odd. Here, you overturn a rock and 3 or more PCXs just scurry out. There's dozens and dozens and dozens and hundreds and thousands of them. We seem to be the only country that has completely fallen in love with this one. Oh, by the way, see this? The engine's down. Look. Idle stop. Engine's off. Huh? This makes you save a lot of fuel, especially when you're in town waiting for stoplights. And listen to the engine start, it's different. It's instant, so there's some difference, and off it goes. Now, to prevent you from doing stupid stuff like putting your side stand down and then starting, nothing happens, so it's idiot proof. Even now, I flip it up and nothing happens. So as soon as you put the side stand down, this whole system turns off. So it's idiot proof and it's well thought out. And I do like the improvements. I like these new lights. They look nice. Let's see if I can show it from the front. Yeah, they look nice. It's a sharp looking bike. It's a tiny cheeky 125. But now seriously, for a city commuter, if you live in the city and work in the city, you cannot go wrong with this one. You've got storage, you've got economy, you've got a good looking scooter, good handling too, brakes well enough. It's a 125, it's not going to brake awesomely, okay? It's not going to ever have to brake for more than 110 kph, so there's no use in spending money on big brakes. So brakes good enough. You can put in a smallish top case, around the 30-liter top case in the rear, and then you'll have huge storage space. It's just not built for big trips, but that's not the point. If you want to go for big trips, you buy one of these, or if you only can ride a 125, you buy a 125 maxi scooter, which is built for longer trips. This is the queen of the city, that's how we call her. That's it. Cage her out. So, everyone's going to ask me if these LED lights actually work. So here's a comparison. This is the PCX. Oh, by the way, it has a fuel consumption gauge. That's the PCX's lights. Let's see the high beams, low beams. And you can see it reflected up ahead. High beams, low beams. They work well enough, I'd guess. So yeah, the lights do work, and they work very well, I'd say. And here are the lights from the front. They look pretty cool. Hang on. Hey, I'm going to have to sit on the ground for this. Does look nice. And so these are the NC700's stock headlamps with no modifications whatsoever. So you can compare them to the PCX's. High beams or low beams? Couple of things I forgot about the PCX. That left-hand compartment underneath the dash has a stock 12-volt lighter, that lighter outlet thingy, and that little tray at the rear is very easy to remove and put back. So if you put a top case, or if you remove the top case, you can still easily cover it up. So it's very easy to revert the PCX onto a non-top case PCX.